Back in April, we moved our new to us boat from the marina we could no longer afford round to the boatyard, where she was put on the hard to have some work done to her. In this episode, we will show all that's been done to her, along with our costly mistake and a serious injury. Welcome to Sailing Solace. We are a family of 4 preparing our floating home to set sail around the world. We are really excited and can't wait to share it all with you. Stay here, girls. In April, we moved our floating home from the expensive marina to a boatyard with friends in the aftermath of Storm Kathleen. Due to this, she spent 3 weeks on the pontoon outside the boatyard because they was unable to lift her out of the water. At the time, we still lived in Derby, and getting work done to her was taking a while with how long it took to get here. At the start of June, we came down to the boat with a friend. Chris and Sam was here to work on the sail drive, whilst me and the girls was here to enjoy the weather. Olivia, what are we doing?
Go see the animal.
And what's Daddy doing?
Helping Sam.
Is he working on the boat while we've come to look at some animals? Look at me.
Yeah.
Has he? Hola. The animals wasn't very good, so off to the beach we went. Replacing the diaphragm wasn't as straightforward as Chris and Sam thought. It took the whole weekend, and they said it was hard trying to get the sail drive out of such a tight space. Others make it look so easy. A few weeks later we moved on to our boat, and then it was time to tackle the seacocks. We decided to change them all from bronze to true design. We started off taking the old ones out and doing each step a bit at a time to make sure each stage was dry before doing the next step. I'm sure all kids that live in a boatyard look like this, don't they? We replaced all the anodes, 2 on the keel, 1 on the hull, 2 on the sail drive and the 2 in the bow thruster. After all this was done, it was finally time to sand and paint the bottom of Solace. We have been so excited to get her painted. It meant we was getting so close to splashing. You're going to have to help hold that roller, I think. Splash day finally arrived. We were so excited, but the day didn't start out as planned and only got worse as the day went on. We thought we was the second boat being lifted around 10 AM. Whilst Chris was outside getting sorted, he was told that they were going to fetch the tractor and they would be getting us moved and lifted. It was only 8:30ish. I was dressed but the girls were still eating breakfast. Rachel was still in her pyjamas and I was washing pots. We rushed to get ready. I was the last on the boat and we had the covers off ready to check the bilges. Chris asked me to get a few things, so in the rush I came backwards down the companionway, as you do, and fell down the bilge. I fell to the floor and daren't look at my ankle. Rachel heard me scream. Chris came to help me, but by now I'm really struggling to weight bear, but I needed to get off the boat. Waiting for Chris to check for leaks felt like we was waiting forever. And then our worst fear happened. We had 3 seacocks leaking, so we needed to be lifted straight back out. We was absolutely gutted. The next day I was still struggling to weight bear, so decided it was now time for the hospital. So off I went in a taxi. I was there 3 hours, but thankfully it's just a sprain. But this still takes 6 to 8 weeks to heal. After a lot of advice from Steve on the seacocks, Chris put backing plates on before putting the new seacocks in place. The second splash day was finally here and we was ready to go in this time. In fact, we was waiting. Again, Chris checking the seacocks felt like a lifetime, and when he came out and squeezed water onto the deck from some paper towel, I really could have cried. But then he said, "Just joking, it's out of the tap." We are now finally in the water and it was time to move her around to the new marina. It's the first time us moving her, just us on board. We got off the pontoon easily and was very happy. Then we turned the corner on the river and the wind came out of nowhere. We decided to go past the marina and turn around and just get onto the hammerhead. Once we was tied on, we called the marina to help get her into her berth. 2 dockmasters came down to help, but when they arrived they said to leave the boat where she was for the night, but to add more lines and fenders because it's going to be a windy night.